Okay, so let the sails out, the main first. Let the main out, keep the jib in slightly. Helps turn the boat again, maintaining your speed throughout the whole turn. Again, turning the boat, keeping it flat makes it easier, and turning it slowly helps keep your speed. You don't want to turn too quick. In terms of preparation, all the lines are ready. We're ready from the approach. You want to start easing those, and when the crew's in, get the spinnaker up as quickly as possible. Okay, our third step is called the finish, sailing away from the mark. So look at our model. Our boat is now approximately 2 to 5 boat lengths away from the mark, going downwind. Going downwind. Okay, so again, let's go back. Where do you think our crew weight should be?
Should be on the leeward side.
So you're going downwind at this stage to the leeward mark. So you want it. Okay, so you want it so the boat is flat, right? Keeping the boat flat. What about the sail trim? You're going downwind now. What do you think your sails are going to be? In or out?
All the way out.
All the way out. Downwind. You know, trim properly for the angle that you're sailing on. And then what do you think in terms of preparation?
You should be ready to pull your sails in and take the spinnaker down for your
Well, so we're not commenting it down because we just rounded the mark. We still got a ways to go. But in terms of preparation, let me say, instead of preparing, let's say you've now done all the preparation and now you've got to do the cleanup. What type of things would you do in cleanup?
Like clean all the lines up and everything.
Yeah. Clean any lines up, get the water out of the boat, various things like that. You know, things like that. So crew position, we wanted to keep the boat flat, right? Still keep it flat. When you sail trim, you said what? All the way out?
Yeah.
Okay, sails all the way out. And in terms of preparation, we wanted to clean.
Oh.
Okay, we wanted to clean up. Okay.
For trim, you might not want to let it all the way out because some sails, they go too far, like they go on an angle.
That's
so
right.
Just make sure it's like on an exact right angle.
Yeah, and that's what I said. You would let your sails out, but based on, you also want to trim your sails based on the angle you're sailing at. Okay, based on heavier or lighter. Okay, so those are good answers. So let's look at some of the notes that I've made. Okay, so step 3 is the finish. You've rounded the mark. You're approximately 2 to 5 boat lengths away from the mark, sailing downwind now to the downwind marks, usually a gate. So crew position. The crew's got the spinnaker up or getting the spinnaker up at that stage. Hopefully it's up already and you're sailing way fast. The helm. You want to keep the boat flat, right? You're sailing towards the next mark, or you're looking towards the next mark and getting your idea of where you're going. Sail trim, main's out, jib's out, and your spinnaker's flying, right? Getting the sails up and sailing as quickly as possible. Preparation, or in this case, cleanup. Clean up any lines if possible. You know, sometimes it might be too windy to do that initially, but you want to try to clean up so you're ready at the next mark. But the key focus on this is that you want to look where you're going and trim your sails properly as opposed to sailing, or as opposed to looking at the boat cleaning up. You want to make sure you're sailing as fast as possible. Okay? So what did we say? We wanted to go flat, out, and clean up, which is all correct. Okay? So again, 3 steps: approach, turn, and finish. The turn is the one where the biggest mistakes are made because either the boat's not flat, you're turning too quickly, things like that. So this is the most important in all of them. But how you approach it and how you finish it also helps where you can gain boats before or after a mark. So if I'm okay. Now, so in terms of reviewing what we've done, okay. Okay, so we talked about six important parts. Okay, what are the 3 parts of rounding the mark?
Approach, turn, and finish.
Right, approach, turn, and finish. That's right. So we have the approach, turn, and finish. Okay, and So that's step 1, step 2, and step 3. Okay? The approach, where are you relative to the mark? How many boat lengths away from the mark are you?
2 to 5.
2 to 5 boat lengths. The turn is, what does the turn involve? Before,
Keeping the boat flat.
before or after or both? When you the mark, before the mark, turning the mark, and after. Okay, and finish. How many boat lengths are you away there? 2 to 5 boat lengths after, right?
Yeah.
The opposite of the approach, but you're just going downwind, not upwind. And the 3 areas we were focusing on. What were the 3 areas we focused
The
on?
crew, the trim, and the prep.
The crew, the trim, and the prep. Okay? So if we can crew, the trim, and the prep. Okay? And each one of those is important to each part of those. If you can master that, you can then get around a mark as quickly as possible and gain boats and start winning races. Okay? Any questions? Yes.
For step 3, finish. As it says clean up. If you're cleaning up, you also gotta keep your head up for hitting boats.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to. Now that was back in crew position. You know the crew's flying the spinnaker. The skipper is trying to keep the boat flat, but the skipper's looking where to go. He's the key. Once you round the mark, the skipper's the key in where you want to go, because he may want to make a call to go one way or the other, but he's also going to look for other boats. Okay, and we'll do more of that drill on the water. We'll talk more about that when we do on water drills, and we get more boats involved in a mark rounding. Right now we're just by ourselves. Okay, but that's a good point. Okay, any other questions? Okay, hopefully you've learned how to round a mark, and you can do it as quickly as possible. The key part is to just start, not worry about how quickly you do it, but as you do it more, it'll come more naturally, and eventually we'll be rounding that mark in first place. Thank you very much.